Hi everybody, my name is Gabby, and I'd like to start this first video by saying and admitting that I am guilty and I am ignorant to many things, to many subjects, but I am trying to change, and little by little trying to make a difference to stop the ignorance. I don't want to judge anybody, and I'm just making this video as a review and as a way to open the eyes of the people that are around me. Hopefully many people from many friends, family members are going to watch this video and they can open their eyes as well. So the name of this movie, documentary that I saw, it's called The True Cost. It came out this year, and it's directed by Andrew Morgan. It's an hour and 32-minute long documentary. And this documentary has moved me to change, and I'm going to start little by little, because nobody can just change drastically. Well, at least I can. So, but I'm gonna act upon what I've seen, and it's about the fashion industry as being one of the main problems that we have in this century. Overall, the materialism that we all have gotten used to. I live in the United States of America, and this documentary starts off by talking about how before the 1960s, most of the clothing, approximately 97% of the clothes that the Americans wore were made here. And then after that, and now, only 3% of the clothing is being made in the United States. Everything else is being outsourced. This is a major concern, and we all know this. I mean, I guess the young people know that their tags, if you read, it says made in China, made in India. So why have we gotten used to this, right? Well, now the factories, the companies have outsourced this industry and have taken their companies to third world countries such as China, India, and Bangladesh, to just name a few countries, which are one of the major countries that are making clothing or anything related to clothing. Why are they taking them out? Why are these companies going out there? Because there has been an increased need for ready-to-wear clothing, right? So before this documentary says that they didn't have to they had to worry about mainly the 4 seasons that we have here in the United States, which is summer, spring, fall, and winter. They changed 4 seasons. Now everything is cheap, so now they have to we get bored so easily of clothing that we have to wear we have to keep buying every other week. We buy something, right? So now they stated in the movie, well, somebody said that now, instead of changing the stores, having like changing their stuff 4 times a year, now it's basically like 52. They have like 52 seasons. They have 52 seasonal where they change, they take out all the clothing they have in the store, and they give you new items, new jeans, new shirts, new shoes. Everything is new. So, and we know this, right? You go to H&M, you go to Forever 21, and you can go any other week and you will find something new. Whereas before it was you change every summer, every spring, every fall and winter. You got to buy something else. But no, now we need everything. So the need for this, and since everything has been outsourced, which means cheap labor, cheap cost for making clothes for the companies, one of the major reasons for this was the Fair Trade Act in the United States, right? So this then leads us into, like I said before, cheap labor that is already low in other countries, and it keeps going down year by year. This leads to unhealthy and dangerous working conditions. They don't have unions, and if they do, they're pretty much powerless over these huge, rich companies, And this documentary gives the example of one of the major what is this accidents, major, oh my god, I'm so confused. Okay. So this took place in Bangladesh, specifically in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and this was in 2013. It was April 24, 2013. The Rana Plaza building collapsed. This was a building that it was a factory. It had factories. It had many different things, but it was majorly a factory, a clothing factory. One of the companies that I read about was Walmart. So, me, guilty. Unfortunately, this building was falling down. The owners were warned the day before, and they had been warned previously about the structure of this building was falling down, and the day before this happened, they had been warned to not let anybody in, and yet they did. And due to this, the building collapsed, and there was 1,129 deaths and about 2,500 people injured. It was an 8-story building, and it has been the deadliest garment factory in history. After this one, many other accidents happened. Many other deaths happened in factories, and the companies, they decided to turn their heads and not even listen. They didn't care, because obviously they blamed the people from the factories, the building owners. They blamed everybody but them. These workers earn like $2 a day $10 a month. Many of them, many deaths. I mean, many families were devastated. Many kids were left without their parents. Such a horrible accident, and it kept happening. And you know, the companies turned a blind eye. All the designers, they couldn't care less. And did you hear it in the news? Yeah, maybe, but you turn your head also, because it was not in here, right? It was in this country, and you see that all the time, right? Yeah. So then it goes on to globalized production. So they come on saying that okay, why is everything so cheap, right? First of all, Free Trade Act let companies look out to other countries for cheap labor. So here they will have to pay for the union. They will for healthcare, for everything, right? But in other countries they don't have to worry about that. So they left. The companies left because of cheap labor and all those things. And okay, so then now it grows. It makes these countries and factories. It makes them fight for the companies to have to give them work. So what happens is that, okay, if that company charged them $4, then, and so they left the other company that charged them $5. So then the other company is gonna start charging them $3 to make a piece of clothing, and so on and so forth. So then it starts creating this competition. And who's affected? The workers, of course, because they're not represented, right? And it keeps getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. But who's benefiting from it? The companies are, and we are. I'll explain that later. So, globalized production, that's what it means, globalized production. Okay? And so who's benefiting from this? The cons, okay? And you're gonna see who benefits from this. So I read about it, and it's the cons of globalized production. It gives a greater free trade, greater movement of labor, increased capital flows, growth of multinational companies. It helps to reduce barriers between countries. So basically, the rich people are benefiting, the companies. The governments are benefiting from this. How about the people, the poor people, the people that are working in the factories, No, they're not benefiting from this at all. Okay, you might say, yeah, they're benefiting because they're getting work. All right. So let's go from what did they do before, begging, to, okay, I have a job in a factory. Am I risking my life? Yes, they're risking their lives. I mean, then we go into the subject of, is it a justified cost? So obviously, yes. Who's gonna say it's a justified cost? The companies are, because they're gonna say that's exactly what in the documentary it said. It said, well, these people are probably gonna be begging, are gonna be probably selling themselves, what other jobs are worse than working in a factory where you work God knows how many hours, even children work there. But it's better than that. That's what these companies are saying. So then they're saying that it's the least bad option for these poor people. Okay, so that's what I just explained. And that in the long run, what's gonna get better? Physical capital, technology, and human capital. which means the skills of the workers can have. So that's being justified by saying that, like, you don't have to be, these people won't have to be begging. But no, that's not right. You're taking advantage of these people. So no, that's not a valid excuse. So like I said, they're benefiting from it. Then I'm just gonna talk later on about these companies that they showed that are helping them. Then they move on to the subject of genetically modified, GMOs, genetically modified organisms. And in the fashion industry, it would be one of the major environmental and ecological I have the word effects are the genetically modified is genetically modified cotton. So obviously, supply and demand, the need for making more clothes, right? More clothing, so they need cloth. And some of the people from the many states have cotton, right? In the United States, and they supply the cotton. But hey, we need more. We need more cotton to supply, to be able to make clothing. So what are we gonna do? Genetically modify cotton. And obviously they're using chemicals. They're spraying the crops with chemicals to make the process faster. And this has a major impact on the United States. If you people are saying, no, this does not affect us, wake up, people. It does. It does. You throw chemicals into soil and it's gonna affect it. The residuals from all the chemicals they're putting there, it's affecting the soil. It's affecting, you're adding something that the soil does not recognize, or it's something that's you make it faster, but you're affecting the process of the plant's growth, right? And then also it has an impact on the communities. So the gases, everything, the air is being polluted. And you have sickness here too. Okay? It also says that in India they have this company. It's called Monsanto Corporation, and they actually they're pretty much a monopoly on the seeds, on the cotton seeds. They patent the seeds, and they will sell it to all the people that want to grow cotton. And this is in India. And this GMO seed one causes contamination because it's genetically modified. It also and the documentary says how the farmers in India, well, since it's monopolized, so they had to buy it from Monsanto, and they were overpricing the seeds, so they were in debt. Then they had to buy fertilizers to kill what the pests that were growing, because it still wasn't making it. It wasn't helping it, right? So they were in debt, these farmers. Okay, so they need to buy, but then they needed to treat the plant again. So they had no income. They were not getting anything from this. So then, I owe you so much money, and then the company takes away their their land. So it was they were talking about in India how many farmers committed suicide, and the people were blaming it on this company because it owned all the seeds for farmers, and then this company goes on and starts making medicine or something to treat these people with the illnesses that the people from around the community that they were having, like birth defects, cancer. They were providing them the medicine as well. So here they're getting money from everywhere. I mean, they're getting the lands of the farmers and of the families. Once they're in debt, these farmers, and they have to give the land to pay, and then these the families get sick, and then they get money from them because of the medicine. So this is a problem, people. Wake up. Let's wake up. All right? And then in the documentary, it goes on to talk about, about the materialism that we live in, and how materialism is equal to happiness. That's how we see it. That's how we see it, right? So, the commercials we see of shampoo, of the cars, of clothing, and the people are happy, and we want to believe that because we want to be as happy as they are. We want to be seen. We want to be noticed. So they're brainwashing us. Okay, and they're supply and demand. They're saying you need more of this. You need more of this. So here, why are we? So we're creating non-biodegradable materials, and we keep buying them. So we have so much trash. Let's get into that now. We have trash everywhere. We just dispose of the clothing every half a year, or every year we change clothing, right? We get bored of it easily, or we just wear it once or twice, and then we give it away. And then they start talking about, like, okay, the people that donate clothes, right? Pretty much 10% of the clothes that you donate, pretty much 10% is sold, and the rest is shipped to the third world countries like Haiti, for instance, Haiti. And what happens in Haiti, right? So they get all the clothing that we don't want. That's good, right? We're helping these people. They're poor, right? Okay. But then they don't need clothes, right? How about the factories that they have there? Like, how about the textile industries they have in Haiti? Those are gone because they don't need to buy clothes anymore. So those jobs are lost. Those the talents that they have are lost. And there we go. Another loss for humanity. And then they talk about, for example, leather. In Kapoor, India, they have leather factories, and they supply cheap leather to companies. And leather, you can imagine, how to just to put, like, to get the leather ready, those factories and the places, all the chemicals they use, right, to get it ready, all the chemicals, all the toxic waste. So, for example, these people now in India, where in Kapoor, are suffering from health, just like their health is being affected, and the environment, because of the toxic waste. They throw it, it's in the water now, and these people drink from the water. We all need water, so they they drink water and they use water, and it's causing them, for example, jaundice is one of the illnesses that most of them suffer, and jaundice causes liver damage, digestion problems, and also gives you cancer. So they're being affected by this. That's one example of like leather causes, and fashion, all those people that want when we want leather, right? Another topic they targeted was, they talked about was okay, so here we are thinking, oh my god, we have so many specials now at Forever 21, at H&M. Those tank tops that are $190 a piece, oh my god, and I can buy like 500 of those, because at $190, who the hell wouldn't buy more than one, right? So what happens? I'm thinking, I have money. Wow, I can go to this store at Target, or I can go to Walmart, and I can buy like. Now it has changed to where we can buy more things, more things. We can afford more things, but are we getting paid more? No. Actually, rent is going up. Cars, everything, insurance, everything is going up, but not our salaries, right? Our wage is still very low. So like we have so many specials. So we're being brainwashed to think that we can afford more things. So basically we're being brainwashed. Those people at factories in third world countries are not getting paid enough, and we aren't either, but we keep buying the TV's feeding us to buy things all the time, and we're gonna be happy. They're filling our heads with makeup, right? Fragrance, which I love, all of these things, but we're not making any more money. We're just consuming more. People, wake up. We're just consuming more. So and then the rich people, they keep getting richer, but we're not. I'm certainly not getting richer, and neither are those poor people. So we're affected too, but we just haven't realized it because the things keep getting cheaper. But we don't have more money though. We still have the same money, but we're spending our happiness on material stuff, right? Right. And then many countries are doing something. Many people have woken up, like people from Cambodia. They have rioted, but nobody has done anything. Actually, in the United States, there was an act that they wanted to pass, and it was called the Decent Working Conditions and Fair Competition Act. And this was to give the workers in the United States, for them to be offered jobs here and help the economy here. And so we could get more jobs here, right? And the major companies said no. Told the government, don't pass it. And because they have money, right? Don't pass it because this is against the Free Trade Act. So it didn't go through. And then this documentary goes on and talks about capitalism and how they say that the government lets us criticize everything, like education, everything except the economic system, because obviously they're rich. So, oh my god, this movie was so like, it had so much information, and this is the first time I'm actually doing this, and I just had to do it because I have a daughter, and you guys can criticize me and say that the way I'm talking and whatever I'm saying. This is the first time I'm doing a video, and maybe just one person or two people are just gonna watch it, but maybe it's gonna open their eyes and make them research about more things. You know, these stores like H&M, Walmart, Target, Forever 21, and they're part of this fast fashion, you know, industry, and we're buying it, but we're not looking at the environmental and social impacts that, you know, it's having. The companies are living year or season by season, but they don't notice that, and they don't care that one day it's all gonna end, because the earth is gonna give up. We're not gonna have any more water, any good water, any clean water. We're not gonna have any more land, and they don't care. But I'm making this video because I have a daughter, and I want a better future for her. And all of this scares me. It scares me because I'm guilty. I'm materialistic. And it's scary that we're buying into this. And I'm not asking anybody to just change from one day to the other. I'm just asking if you guys can research about it. You guys can read something about it. Maybe think twice before giving into something materialistic, something like, oh my god, I have to have a new shirt today. Let's think at least. Let's give it a shot at maybe I don't need it. Or maybe buying something that's made in the United States. You know? Or like helping out or those organizations that or buying from fashion designers who actually help and are, you know, pro environment. I don't know how to say it, that are with companies that want to do things the clean way, such as People Tree. It's a fair trade fashion pioneer and online garment retailer. It's called People Tree, and it partners with fair trade artisans and farmers to produce collections of ethical and ecological fashion. Also, they were talking about Patagonia, and it's a clothing company involved in several environmental movements and creating general public benefit as a material positive impact on society and the environment. So they fear losing control of social and environmental mission of their business. So they care about how they impact us socially. Buy organic clothing, for instance. What other companies that we were talking about? Look, and this clothing might be a little bit expensive, but maybe like you don't need that much clothing anyway. So start thinking that, like, let's start doing that. I will definitely try to do that. And we're not perfect, and you guys are not gonna change from one day to the other, because we have been raised being materialistic in a way. You know, you might say I'm not materialistic, but we all are to some extent. You know, what do we consider as normal? Just start looking for things like, you know, it's just so sad that we look away and they're brainwashing us. So let's start a change. Take 30 minutes to watch this documentary. It's amazing. I will say it again. It's called The True Cost by Andrew Morgan. I saw it on Netflix. So this is my first video, and sorry, please don't judge me. I'm just trying to do something positive, and this is the start of it. So let's change. Okay.